Yeah, NLE Choppa. That's like, what your homies call you?
They call me Bryson.
Yeah, just by the government.
Or they'll call me Choppa or Chop.
Choppa.
NLE Choppa is relentless. With more than 5 billion total streams, 14 RIAA certified plaques, 18 million combined followers, and 2 2023 singles that found a comfortable home on the Billboard's Hot 100 chart. The 21-year-old superstar from Memphis has already accomplished a lot. And yet he's continually pushing forward, constantly working to fill the needs of his fans and prove wrong any remaining doubters.
Well, Bryson, we gonna take a ride out here real quick. This is where I see, is Memphis ready?
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? What they call them, the donks or the slabs, or what they call these where you come from?
I call them the big wheels. I don't know if everybody else in Memphis call them that, but that's what I always call them, so I would, the big wheels.
Man, we see these going up and down, so I figured, you know, let's go ahead and jump in this 1972 Impala on them 26 Doves.
Yeah.
You know, Chevy, big block, big boy engine in there,
like
V8, 350. Let's do it. We gonna ride. Big drive. So yeah, man, we riding big through the hood. How often you get out to LA?
It's always a vibe. See, when people ask me, like, what's my favorite thing about LA, I always say the palm trees.
Right.
I'm an island boy, you know what I'm saying? It's in my blood, so I just love anything that feel like Jamaica to me, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? But, I love being out here, and I work better out here, I feel like. You know, it's relaxing and calming.
Right. So, obviously, we talk big drive, man, like, big drive energy. Like, you one of the biggest in the game right now doing it. What drives you every day?
I think what drives me the most is always wanting more, but being grateful for where I came from and just know, like, if I can accomplish that with the limited mind or what I thought was big, and I did even more, I know what I can accomplish by thinking even bigger this go round. So,
Right.
So, you know, just knowing, like, where I came from, appreciating it, being grateful, but also being like, all right, now I'm ready for new territory. But, you know, but you also got to make sure you soaking in where you came from. That's the most important part.
Right.
But I always want more for myself, for my family, my kids. I want more for the world, too, to see, you know, to inspire everyone.
Right. So growing up in Memphis, man, tell me a little bit about it.
So I'm from East Memphis. Growing up, it was kind of hard because, you know, we grew up in the hood. And it was a lot of fights and a lot of things, and then they used to break-ins with the house, you know, typical hood shit. But Mom, she always stacked her bread. She was able to move us to, like, the suburbs around, like, when I was, like, 12, 13.
Okay.
But I was always curious, and I was always just loving of the environment I came from, that it didn't matter where she moved us to, I always found my way back in the hood.
Half of you, like, when you meet you, like, man, that's a good kid. Like,
Yeah, that's how
And then some of you, we see you in the videos with the choppers and all that, like, what, growing up, like, what were you more like? Who were you?
So I was like the light, you know what I'm saying? I always wanted to, you know what I'm saying, bring laughter. I always wanted to, you know, make people bring joy into their life, even if I was unconsciously doing it. But in the midst of it, with me being a light, I feel like people always tried to pick on me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People always tried to fuck with me.
Right.
And so I had to build a character that was like a defense, that was like a jacket of like, man, like, don't fuck with me.
Right.
And it's sad that we gotta do that because I feel like I could have been the brightest little, you know what I'm saying, the little joy. I could have been the softest, sweet kid. But I realized, like, where I'm from, people are taken for granted, so I had to kind of be like a wannabe in a sense. Like, I had to develop a type of street smart. I had to develop that character so people wouldn't take me for granted. You know what I'm saying? My mom never understood it, but I was like, I don't want to be in no room, and I don't want to look like cooked food.
Right.
I don't want nobody to view me as food. Like, I want a motherfucker to know, like, if you view me as food, you fuck around and get ate too.
Right.
So it's like, that's how I kind of came about. And I ain't had to be that way. He had a good background. It was just, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gangster. I'm as gangster as it can get. And I feel like it's gangster. What's gangster to me is different from a lot of people. Yeah, we done did drills and did all of those stupid things. But I feel like what's gangster to me now is like really want to live long. I feel like that's the most gangster shit you can do.
Yeah.
Be there for your kids. So I'm gangster to the core.
They
like
say gangsters don't die, they retire in Miami.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we talk about car culture, man. We know you love cars. What was the first car that NLE Choppa bought for himself?
Man, the first car I bought was a Sprinter, actually, because I had to go on tour when I blew up.
Oh,
I
word?
feel like it was smarter to get a Sprinter instead of, renting one. The next car after that, at 18, I bought a Rolls Royce Cullinan.
Yeah, the all black Matic joint.
Yeah, matte black Rolls Royce Cullinan. I was happy about that. It was half a ticket.
And then now I hear you, yeah, that's a real, now I hear you trying to go full ticket. Or more, I heard you trying to get this Bugatti.
Man, like.
Mom told me to talk you out of getting the Bugatti, man. She said, get some property.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing too. I actually was gonna put $1 million on the Bugatti, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait a year probably and try to put $1 million towards an apartment complex.
That's smart, man.
See how my money goes in probably next year.
That Bugatti gonna depreciate soon. Well, you gotta get the ones that's gonna, them $4 million ones.
Ah, shit.
But that's where your energy is shifted towards, man. You gonna, like you said, you trying to be a billionaire in the next 10 years before you 30, right?
Yeah, easy.
Tell me why. Why you wanna be a billionaire?
I wanna be a billionaire because I wanna help the world. I wanna, man, you know what I'm saying? I feel like people always say like, money is this and money is that. But at the end of the day, money brings power, regardless of any situation. And if it wasn't money, it'll be gold. If it wasn't gold, it'll be barter goods. So it's always gonna be something that brings power. And I wanna be able to have that, to be able to have enough power to change the world. Because if I got $1 billion and I worked my ass off 10 years to get $1 billion, I obviously know people that can expand my billion. They can expand my dream if I take 10 years to accomplish it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just want to be able to do that, be able to like rehabilitate prisons, meditation centers all across the world, vegan restaurants, healthy food all across the world. I want to be able to do that. And because I know that that's my purpose, I know that God gonna give me that $1 billion. Like he gonna give me that. Then so I ain't gonna like, you asked me for $1 billion, but I'm gonna give you way more than that.
Right. Now that's real. You know what I mean? Because as you say, health is the true wealth.
Yeah, man.
Energy is the real currency.
Yeah.
You gotta explain the Memphis sound to me right now, because it's popping. I mean, like, Memphis might be the hottest city for hip hop right now. Like, where do you see yourself fitting in and for what's going on in Memphis right now?
Right now I call myself like the prince. You know what I'm saying? Soon to be king. Feel like I'm the youngest to ever do what I did coming out of the city.
Right.
And that's facts proof in the pudding. So it's like, when it's all said and done, I know I'm gonna be not only the greatest to the world, but for sure the greatest out of that section.
Right. Understanding that obviously you really come from it. And here on Big Drive, we always talk that talk. Tell me about some gangster shit NLE done got into riding around Memphis.
Man, listen, so I was 14 years old. And I remember when I was 14, I recently just got jumped. And I got jumped at like the corn maze in Memphis. It's like a known thing, niggas gonna get that. Either you gonna die at the corn maze, get your ass whooped, or you gonna be the one shooting or doing the fight.
Right.
I got jumped at the corn maze, so I said, you know what? Tonight I'm gonna do some shit. I'm gonna do some shit about it. And one of my guys, they went to school with him and was actually close with him. They slid me his address. So we drove all the way to his house. We pull up at the house. I'm like, you know what? Drop the lights. There's about 4 people in the car. I put the rag around my face and put my hoodie on and tightened it up. And they was kind of still driving slowly, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, to make sure that you had to run to catch back up.
Yeah, and got back in the car, we drove off, whatever. And you 14, you just doing shit. But the thing is, the new generation, a motherfucker felt your wrath if you watch what they post. So I was waiting for him to make a post, like on his story or whatever. I'm like, he gonna post something. I'm refreshing my page and he ain't post. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I go home, I lay in my bed, it was hard to go to sleep that night. And I remember when I finally got to sleep, I got a call in the middle of the night, and it woke me up, and it came from him. And when he called me, he was like, Choppa, like, you did this, you did that. I said, man, I've been asleep all day. He said, bro, how you been sleeping? You was acting McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Right before this shit happened.
Yeah.
Posted my last location at the McDonald's around the corner.
Oh, you was doing it just to scare him.
Yeah. It's like, stop fucking with me, leave me alone. Like,
Right. So what was the lesson that you learned from that? Because, I mean, obviously, that could have went bad. That could have went a
Bad as
whole bunch of different ways. We might not even be sitting here right now just based off of that. But at 14, you know, that's how you chose to handle a bully.
yeah, for
You know
sure.
what I mean? Somebody that was trying to get at you, you got at them and really let them know that you want to be played with. But, you know, what'd you learn from that situation?
It wasn't gangster. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mature now, I know, like, I don't even want to take it that far. And so I learned to handle my problems not like that, but if I wanted to do something like that, make it personal to where you at least know, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
And then why do you think we became each other's enemies? Why do you think it's that idea of kill or be killed?
Shit, it's like, you gotta look at where we come from. You gotta look at the cards you dealt. You gotta look at what's at the end of your corner, street corners, what's in your environment. Once you look around, you'll realize we already failed. You know, it's really up to you to make it a success at this point, but your whole environment is a failure. We don't know we gods until we see that shit leaking out of us. When we see that blood, you realize how powerful you really is. You know what I'm saying?
Real
When
talk.
I kid you not, everybody a gangster until they see their own blood, bro. Like, that's when you realize, like, okay, like, you know what I'm saying? It's serious then.
Right,
Like,
nah,
you know
that's
what I'm
real
saying?
shit. And knowing that you got that dog in you, knowing that you really about that life, was that the first time you saw what you were capable of? But now how you waking up?
Shit, now I wake up like, I know a motherfucker ain't, you know what I'm saying? I know
Like,
ain't
you
no.
want to wake, you waking up, how can you make the world a better place?
Yeah.
How can you save a nigga?
How
How
can
can
I
you
save?
save somebody?
Not many people walk up to me now and be like, bro, you saved my life. I ain't never even met him. Full circle. Like, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers say that I saved their life. I never even met them.
Some of the people that's riding with you now, you saving lives each and every day. So when you know the influence of your music has that power to where it can influence people to want to do dirt or it can influence people to want to change their lives.
Yeah.
When you get in the studio now, you making people feel.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's the power in your word. It's the power for what you say. And knowing that power, knowing that you have a power. I see you rock crowds of thousands. Shit look like it's never ending. And when you jump, everybody else jump. When you turn up, everybody else turn. That's God energy right there.
Yeah.
And like to know that you got that type of power, man, is second to none. And the fact that you know who you are. Because most cats have it and don't know who they are. You know who you are, man. So I encourage you to keep going, keep inspiring, take these life lessons, keep sharing them, showing how you growing each and every day. Like I say, don't just go through it, grow through it, and keep, you know, pushing the line with that big drive energy.
I'm at a point in my career where it's like, my balance is simply like, I need to take a break from releasing that type of energy out and just give myself room to grow. And then I can come back to it, but allowing myself to clean up the world just a little bit and then come back to it, with not oversaturating.
I remember when we first met, I was like, this dude is special. It's like, we gotta protect him, we gotta encourage him, we gotta give him everything that he needs so he can become one of the Big drive energy, baby. The one and only NLE Choppa.
Yeah.
Pulled up, did that real ride.
Yes, sir, I needed that, man. Highly appreciate it, for real.
No doubt, high frequency, high class of civilization. We in here, let's get to it.
Go.